The reason you feel depressed, the reason you right now feel like you're useless, that like the world is just fucking gray, right? You don't feel motivation to do anything. You don't feel motivation to get out of your bed. You spend all day either fapping to Pornhub, either playing video games, just smoking weed, or just fucking around, procrastinating, and spending all your time on social media, just mindlessly scrolling, right? Why do you feel your life is so shitty? The reason is because it is. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. You are a loser. That's fine. You don't need to feel like it's the end of the world. You should feel fucking bad about it. You should feel bad about being a loser, honestly, because that is going to give you the motivation to actually change. That's the reason why you're in this video. That's the reason you are going to actually make a change in your life. Some other losers are going to watch this video and not going to do anything, and not going to take action, and not going to change their lives, but I know you are going to fucking do it because you actually want to make something out of yourself. You actually want money, resources, you actually want abundance in your life, you actually want to have girls, you actually want to live a life worth living, to live a story that you feel proud of, to be the kind of person that other people respect, to have a status in society. It doesn't matter how much you want to fool yourself into believing that you don't care about those things, that you don't care about what other people think. Reality is that you fucking care. At the end of the day, you do care, and you love to be loved by other people. It's like it's how we are wired as human beings, because we're social animals. So stop fucking around. I'm going to show you exactly why you're feeling so fucking bad. The reason why all of this is happening to you basically is because you are caught up in instant gratification, in an addiction loop. You are doing all these bad habits with your life, and then you don't feel any motivation to do anything else because you are hijacking you are your dopamine basically. What is going on there? I'm going to explain it to you. So you got this baseline, right, of dopamine. Dopamine is the neurotransmitter of motivation basically. We used to think it was like something more related to pleasure, but it turns out it's actually related to motivation instead of just pleasure, right? And this is the thing: when you start doing a bad habit, an instant gratification habit, like eating junk food, like all the ones that I mentioned above, let's say playing video games, you get this spike, this massive spike, right, on dopamine. You feel great, it feels so much fun, you'll fucking love it. Then your dopamine levels spike back down, and spike back down. They just tank. They just drop, right? And when they drop below baseline. When your dopamine levels drop below baseline, basically, what will happen to you is that now that's your new baseline, right? If you were to stay there, if you had played video games just once in your life, you will come back to normal, right? Pretty soon, fairly easy. But since you got so much dopamine out of that activity and you did not know about any of this, you will have gone back to it, and you got again at playing video games, and it felt almost as good as the first time, almost. And you keep doing it, and you keep doing it, and you keep dropping below and below and below and below your lower baselines. It comes a point when just to feel normal, to feel like you used to feel before playing video games for the first time in your life, then you need to play them just to feel that normal, to that level of well-being, to that level of motivation, and just that's why you end up playing 18 hours straight like a fucking maniac because you don't get dopamine now from playing 1 hour or half an hour or whatever like you when you were a kid, right? Now you are just craving it like fucking heroin. It happens exactly the same uh, with every single other instant gratification activity. It doesn't matter which it is. It doesn't matter if it's fucking heroin. It doesn't matter if it's social media. Each one has its caveats. Each one has their own way, right? And each one there are some that are more addictive than others, and that leave you less functional as a human being than others, but they all end up fucking you in the end. So don't fall for them. When you fall for them, that's what happened. What you're feeling right now, that's what happens. The way in which you actually get rid of all of that is just by boredom, a complete dopamine detox, and you start doing the 3 core self-improvement habits to bring yourself again back to to a normal level. You will start by meditating for your mental health, for expanding your awareness, for your soul. You will start reading for your uh, for your mind to acquire knowledge, to level up basically in your mind, and being able to understand things, to understand these kind of things, why this kind of thing happened to you, and how you can solve it. And you will need to start working out for your body. There are no excuses. These 3 things are not negotiable. And on top of them, you are going to start building a skill or a business. You choose whatever you want, but don't worry about it if you're not sure about it just yet. Just go and try anything that you like to do. Doing social media, recording yourself on YouTube, starting like a next account, trying to start an online business, building public, build a personal brand, play the guitar, play the piano, learn how to sing, compose music, just infinite things. You can get into martial arts, which I do recommend you, even if you are not going to go pro or whatever. You can get into some sports. There's a million things you can do. You can do anything and you can improve at anything as long as you understand how the 3 components of the meta skill works. What's the meta skill? Is the thing that will allow you to get better at anything. The meta skill I have made like a lot of videos about it. I'm not going to even link to those. I'm just going to keep explaining it to you. So the 3 components of each meta skill is practice, because when you practice something, you get better at it just by fucking showing up. But at some point, it will upgrade that into deliberate practice, and this where the other 2 things come. Then reflection. Then you are going to reflect upon your practice to improve it. You're going to try to catch yourself doing the things consciously and think about it and think how you could improve that thing that you were doing, how you could make it better, what kind of new techniques you could potentially implement. And last but not least, theoretical knowledge. That theoretical knowledge is also going to be linked to practice, because you are going to learn something new from somebody that has been doing that for a really long time. You're going to stand in the shoulders of giants and you will be able to see further ahead. So you will do that. You will learn from them. Maybe read a book. Maybe go through a podcast. Maybe buy a course about it. Maybe get a mentor or a coach, right? And by doing that, you're going to improve so much faster, and you're going to implement the things that you're learning through theoretical knowledge into your practice. So that's how you get better at anything that you want. And I think that's basically how you can fix your life. Also, implement affirmations. I got like a link in the description that is going to help you with that, so just go for it. It's all free. Goodbye.